morning, everyone. Welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Amanda. Hello, and this is Dead Garden Tarot. So I did a reading. It was either yesterday or the day before. I don't remember. The days are blending. Yeah, it was 2 days ago, right? So I wanted to do one more reading. The last reading, if you haven't watched it, please go watch it. It's really good, I think. There's a lot of different pieces of information, so as far as like a general collective reading, I think that it was pretty good for that. I wanted to focus on the winds of change. I woke up this morning and there was a lot of air energy in that last reading, a lot of streams, a lot of things are shifting. It's been like that for a while, but this morning I really felt like something monumental is about to happen. And I don't just mean like in your personal life. I feel like it's on 2 or 3 different levels. Could be earth-based, could be city-based, could be government-based, country-based, and then personal-based. There just really feels like something huge is shifting over. So today's reading is about you collective and about how the 2 people in your energy are changing you, and the changes that are coming. So if you are dealing with 2 love interests, if you are on a self-love journey, if you are dealing with 2 suitors, male, female, put yourself where you belong, then this reading is for you. So I wanted to go down the list and figure out how these energies are changing you on different levels. So I wrote down how they are changing you on a mental level, on a physical level, on a spiritual level, on a soul level, and an emotional level. And then I want to ask a couple questions about shadow stuff as well. So it should be kind of a fun reading. I went with the Everyday Witch Mini Tarot first, and I pulled out some cards. So the first one I went with is the Devil, or the first one that came out is the Devil. I'm not picking these cards myself. It's weird and creepy. God, can you imagine? Can you imagine some reader pulling out just like the cards that they want and then coming up with some? That's so bizarre. Wow. I don't know why that was friggin' coming up. Anyways, can you imagine the effort that it takes to friggin' do that? But people take a lot of effort doing all kinds of shit to mess with people. So anyways, that was so random. The Devil, which is interesting because of what I just said. So, maybe there's a message there to be mindful of who you watch on YouTube. And that just doesn't go for tarot readers. It goes for all sorts of things, right? We're in a huge change when it comes to, I mean, that's a huge change in itself. Like humanity-wise, with the rise of AI and technology changing, to be careful who you watch, to be discerning of like the AI and the fake stuff. Yeah, so maybe that's all that was. That's great. Okay, so the Devil popped out first, which is interesting. But the Devil is very much, well, you guys all know what the Devil is about, right? It's about obsession. It's about addictions. It's about, you know, the dirty nitty-gritty of life. Shadow parts, the stuff we hide. So to me, this means that they are, and again, put yourself where you belong. If you're a male watching, this is for females that you're dealing with. If you're a female watching, this is for males that you're dealing with. How many dudes are you doing? This reading is going. Sorry. Maybe that's a thing that they're changing. Maybe you were dating around a lot. Maybe you were sleeping around a lot. No shame, no judging here. Maybe they're changing that. Maybe you're the type of person that was in a player energy, and this person that you're dealing with, these people, these men, these women that you're dealing with are changing your energy, and maybe you want to settle down now. Maybe you are the type of person that never wanted a family, never wanted kids, never wanted to be married. And these men, these women are changing that. They're making you dream more. They're making you think up that there's more to life than just being alone and being single. Yeah, that was really long-winded. Wow. Hence the winds of change. Maybe you were a person who was obsessed with money, obsessed with lust, obsessed with material things, and they're changing that for you. Such a creepy card. Such a creepy card. Anyways. The Lovers is next. God, this is really, I feel like I'm off to a slow start. I'm not quite awake yet. I'm not even having, if you're drinking tea or coffee, maybe put it in the comments. I'm having a green tea. I'm not awake yet. The Lovers. So the fact that this is coming up right after the Devil really shows me that they are changing the way that you look at love. They are changing the way that you want to approach dating. Maybe you don't want to date. Maybe you would prefer courting. Sorry, I was just thinking, like, courting is like a really good way to go. I mean, not all the way, but can you imagine? Let's take a walk around the Palisades and around the fountain, and let us have a conversation first. Right? What a novel idea. There's a magic about you and a magic about the way that you love that is changing this person. The Magician is also coming out, which, I mean, it just keeps getting better. This person is magically transforming you. You are an alchemist. It seems like you're changing them. They're becoming an alchemist. It seems like you both are changing yourselves for the better, for yourself, but also for union, for love, healing the heart, transforming your pain into something that's beautiful. I heard carefully. There's a carefulness about the way the Magician is holding the magic and holding the items, and the cat is, looking onward, upward, patiently. You might have familiars, or they might have familiars living or on the other side. That really hold a strength in the heart. I'm not sure who that was for. King of Pentacles is also coming out. You are changing the way that you see money, that you make money. They are changing the way that you even possibly spend money. Yeah, wait, what was that word? No. Prospects? There's something about prospects. There's something about future building. Building is coming up a lot this morning as well. There's a building. They're changing the way you build things in your life, whether it be yourself, in general. Maybe you're in trades and you build stuff with your hands. I don't know. Maybe there's maybe you're looking at it differently, the architecture differently. Maybe you're thinking outside the box more. It just seems like your outlook overall, they're changing, which is wonderful. And it really seems like you are being changed from the inside out. Okay, bottom of the deck. That was a lot. Bottom of the deck, King of Cups came out. So they are changing. Oh, I was gonna say your heart capacity, but it came in as a container. They're changing your container. They're expanding your container. Wow. Okay, let's see if I can explain this. In this picture, there's like the beaches and stuff, right? And the water. King of Cups is about heart, right? These men or women are changing the way that love flows through you. I'm getting this picture. Okay, we're just gonna go with it. Anyways, so the picture that I'm getting, the vision that I'm getting is like, it's like chest area flowing with water, like river, ocean, however you want to look at it. And this container, almost like an open shell. And it's like, imagine like the biggest, I don't know, golden conch shell that you can like imagine. And I'm getting like the spiral type, which makes sense because that's like, you know, what is it? The Fibonacci sequence, which is expansion, evolution, growing, right? And there's like cracks in the bottom. There's some holes in the conch shells. It almost feels like this person is running through your heart space. There's pain, there's wounding with the cracks in the holes. But the water washing through them is healing it. It's expanding it. And it's almost creating a music when the water washes through those holes. So I know with conch shells you can hear the ocean, but with this it's almost like a frequency of music, of like love. Oh, it's your heart's love song. Oh my God. Yeah. It's beautiful and it feels nice, but there is pain attached to it. Salt water is good for you. I don't know. Okay. Ace of Swords. So truth, communication, learning to speak your truth, learning to, I don't know why I'm hearing broadcast, but like it looks like she's broadcasting to the universe. This person is changing the way that you speak truth. One or the other, because we're dealing with two different energies, two males, two females, whatever it is that whoever's watching. Cross watchers as well. Yeah, there's something about your vocal. There's something about you, the stream of air that comes out when you speak truth, when you communicate. There's like a river and a flow and an air to that. That's cute. Yeah, so it looks like birds. But they almost kind of, like that one almost looks like, is it this one? This one almost looks like a butterfly. And then it just made me think of a SpongeBob episode where him and Patrick are blowing bubbles and they're saying like really nice things about each other in the bubble, and then the bubble floats over and pops and then says that really nice thing in your ear. That's what it feels like. It feels like you're communicating into the air this like magic, this love, whatever it is that you speak. And it doesn't feel like you talking to your person. It just feels like you out and about every day, speaking, doing your thing. Maybe you're speaking more nicely to yourself. Maybe you're speaking nicely to other people. Maybe you are speaking more positively in general, really using your affirmations, your manifestations to help. Or you could just be really changing your tune when it comes to speaking about love in general, because they are literally changing you from the inside out, and the way that you perceive the world and perceive love and healing, and the opposite sex or the same sex, depending on what you do, is changing. It's different now. Wow. Okay. Well, we must be channeling pretty good because I'm getting all warm now, so that's good. Okay, moving on. This is already too long. I hope you guys are still with me. I hope this is interesting for you. I really didn't know how this was going to go. So to me, that's how they're changing you. It seems like on a mental level for the most part. So let's go with the physical. I'm going to use different decks for each because I think that's kind of cool. So we're going to go with the Antique Anatomy for the physical. So how are these, I'm just going to go with men because I'm dealing with men. How are these men changing you? How are these people changing you? These love interests on a physical level. What can you tell the collective about how this love is changing them on a physical level? Should I keep these? Am I doing these upside down? No. And all of these are upside down? No. It was like this, right? Should I read them upside down? Okay, so on a physical level, we have the Hanged Man in reverse. This is giving me, they have changed you in the sense of you're no longer wondering. You're no longer in a state of contemplation. You are no longer in a state of being like so much in your head, doing all of that healing, because your perspective has changed, right? Already with that mental. Yeah, like rewiring your brain. And that's hard work. It's no small feat. Yeah. You're no longer stuck in your head about how things are moving, about love in general, about yourself. To me, that sounds like you're upright. You're focused and you're upright. You're in your body, not in your mind. So physically, you're in your body. They're changing your body. They've brought you down, which is what is supposed to happen. The high priestesses are always up in their head, always up in the spiritual, and the love that comes in, the twin flame, the twin soul, the kingdom spouse, the divine counterpart, whatever words you use, whatever it is you asked for, whatever love journey you were on, whatever it is that you believe, they have brought you down in that energy. The Queen of Rods is coming out, which is the Queen of Wands. They've ignited your charisma, and it's not something that you haven't had. It's just something that is in full bloom now. Your fire, your sexiness, your creativity, your passion, your desire, all of that. And even the Queen of Wands is known for her beauty, and her looks and her swag, her swagger. They have changed that in you and really brought it out and helped you bloom with that. It feels like you're more solid, right? More sturdy. I don't know if that's supposed to be a joke or that's just me. Probably just me, but to me that looks like a bedpost. I just feel like you're sturdier in the bedroom. So maybe you're more confident in the bedroom than you were? Or there's something to be said about the stability and the sacral and the root when it comes to grounding your passion and grounding your desire. I feel like these men have done that for you. What is this? The Eight of Elixirs? The Eight of Elixirs is also in reverse, meaning your choices, I feel like they've taken the choices away in the sense that there are only two choices left. These are the only two energies, two men, two women, again, whoever you're dealing with, that do it for you. Yeah, you're down to two. There are no more choices. Just those two. And either one that you pick, you can't go wrong. Because they're both for you. It's just whatever kind of life you want to lead, and however it is that they make you feel that you want to carry on moving forward with that. The Two of Pentacles, the Two of Coins is coming out, also in reverse. Two of Coins is about balancing finances and balancing the incoming and the outgoing. And because this is in reverse, I feel like I don't feel like this is necessarily good, and I don't feel like this is necessarily bad. This to me feels like a specific lesson for a certain type of people, for a certain group of people. Everybody has different lessons. Some have financial lessons. Some have, I don't know, what are the other kinds? Addiction lessons, love lessons, like whatever. So to me, this sounds like the incoming of money and the outgoing of money. So to me, this sounds like how you make money, how you spend money, which is something I brought up before with the King of Pentacles. And also, I lost it. I feel like they've shifted in you physically. They have shifted the way that you ground your money. Again, with this airstream and airflow. So I don't feel like maybe your money is balanced right now, but I feel like you are balanced. And money is energy. And I really feel like this is what is teaching you, this card, is about money being energy, about the inflow, about the outflow of it, about how you make it, how it comes in, and what you do with that. They're healing this in you. They're changing this in you. Yes. Yes. So with the purple flowers and the yellow, right? How I was saying the incoming and the outgoing. They're changing your perspective, your mind, your crown, how that comes in, how you look at money, that energy. And then with the yellow, that is solar, that is wholeness. That is being courageous about how you go and get money and how money makes you feel as a person. Showing you that your worth isn't determined by how much you make, and it certainly isn't determined by how much you have in your bank account. And I feel like they're fixing that. They're healing that within you. Okay, what's next? I feel like that was long. Okay, spiritually speaking. I am sweating. Oh my God. Stay hydrated, people. Spiritually speaking. What did we want to go in with that? Midnight? Mm-hmm. Okay, we're going to do the midnight magic for the spiritual one. Get some mushrooms because we are spiritually all connected. Yes? And who doesn't love some mushrooms? You know, unless you're allergic to them, of course. That would suck. Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords wants to pop out. Okay, so how are they changing you spiritually? How are these men changing you spiritually, collective? How are these men changing you spiritually? The Eight of Wands. How are they changing you spiritually? How are these two men changing you spiritually? That's way too many. Ace of Cups wanted to pop out. I heard how you outpour, how you overflow. The Ten of Wands is popping out. That's interesting. I was just thinking about the Ten of Wands when the Eight of Wands popped out. Any more? That's it? Okay, so they're changing you spiritually on a fire level because Wands is popping out. They're changing you, which makes sense because I have been feeling it's been something I've been putting off for a really long time. I wanted to do a video about desire because I find people really swallow their desire. They don't go after it. They don't go after their passion. And there's been a lot of influx of fiery energy, of sacral energy. And it's giving me the vapors. Every time I say that, people are like, what are the vapors? You know, the vapors. So hot. Yeah, sorry, I was thinking of the movie. Eight of Wands, 10 of Wands. So many distractions. Yeah. So, I feel like these energies, these men, are not distracting you, but the influx of sacral energy, the influx of desire, the fire is distracting you. um, you are really becoming extremely spiritually strong. The fire that is burning within you has, in fact, become a transformative, magical, alchemical fire, to the point where it's burned into holy fire. You've changed your fire. And I'm just getting like this picture and this vision of like when you start off, you have this like ember and you grow and the flame gets bigger. Yeah, kind of like Calcifer. Calcifer's like different sizes when he grows and stuff like that. And then sometimes he'll change different colors. I'm just getting this like your fire keeps growing and changing color and transforming into different types of fire. I mean, let your imagination do the work, right? Beautiful. I also feel with the Eight of Wands and the 10 of Wands that when the Eight of Wands came out and I said I was thinking of the 10 of Wands, it made me think of the 10 of Wands where they're carrying all the sticks. There's a weight when it comes to your desire. There is a weight when it comes to your passion, which is why it's becoming distracting. Because it's becoming heavy. And not heavy in the sense that it's weighing you down. Heavy and not even in the sense of like with the, with the devil, where like if you would get those types of feelings in the past, as we do when we're learning, when we're younger, there's a lustiness about that. There's a chaoticness about that fire. There's it burns people, it burns yourself. You throw things in it that you shouldn't. Some people douse it, all the fire metaphors, however you want to do it. There's just a weight of carrying it. So should I say that? Because that's been coming up also. Yeah, because that's different, right? So when I said the weight of the fire, that you've turned into sacred fire now, there's obviously a matureness about it and the weight carrying and the distracting of it. But there's also something to be said for horniness. So either you or the other, whatever's going on between that energy, there is something to be said about a horniness. That's all. I'm gonna leave it there. Maybe it's been a while for both you and the people that you're dealing with. That's not the word. Celibacy. I was gonna say chastity, but that's not it. Celibacy for yourself is a really big deal. Let alone being monogamous in a relationship, but Yeah, and there's something about support with these. Again, like I said, it's a distraction. There's like a horniness there. There's like an increase in fire. There's a maturity about it. But it seems like these men are holding up. They're creating stability within that for you. I mean, maybe they're taking care of you in your dream state. Maybe they're taking care of you in your spiritual 5D shadow state. Right? Whenever you need it, I'll be there. Fuck. So yeah, with the sticks and the coral, how it's holding up and supporting, making it thicker. And then with these mushrooms, there's like this, I don't know, this, what do you call it? Stand? There's like a stand holding it up. So you are being supported in your sacral energy. Excellent. Spiritually speaking. Is there anything else? Delving into your fire, your creativity, they support that. Their energy supports that. What can I get for soul? What should I do for that one? No. What can I get? Is there any more for spirit? No. What can I get for the soul? Yeah, you're going through a rebirth. With the spring, we're not in spring, but again, butterflies are coming up. Transformation is coming up. The rebirth they're transforming your fire. They are transforming your mind, your perspective, how love flows through your heart. They're completely rebirthing you into spring. Like, to me, spring equinox is like the goddess, the empress, the birth, the new beginnings. Again, there's like a rabbit in this picture, right? Rabbits are very much known for their procreation. They're rebirthing your light for the world to see. It's so weird. Blessings and rainbow is on the bottom. Again, with this light. And rainbows are very much a sign of rebirth and hope. And perspective, because of the way light, hits water. And if you don't look at it in the right way or angle, then you don't get to see that, right? It's like almost changing facets. Smoothing edges. Like you would a diamond, or depending on, like crystalline diamond, that sort of thing. But like any kind of stone, not every stone is cut the same way. Each stone, like you wouldn't cut an emerald the way you cut a diamond. You just wouldn't. You wouldn't cut a ruby the way that you cut an emerald or a sapphire. Like, they all have their own cuts. And I just feel like the energy with these men are changing the angles so that your light shines outward in the right way, so that people catch it in the right way, so that it's almost like they're not spying, but like their energy moves around you. And as it's like a cellular coherence and binding, they're smoothing those edges. Does that make sense? I feel like I'm rambling, but I think that makes sense to you. Don't talk to us like we're stupid, Amanda. Sorry. Emotionally, I'm gonna go with the Odyssey, runic Odyssey. So what kind of change and how are these men changing the collective emotionally? Oh my God, how are you 40? I'm hearing take them. Okay, so emotionally, I got Anzus, so wisdom and communication. Yeah, so that's popping up again. So how you communicate in love, how you communicate to the world, your wisdom and love in general, self-love, that's beautiful. That's really good confirmation for that. They're changing you emotionally when it comes to new beginnings. So this to me is a good clarifier of new moons are about calling things in and asking for things. So with communication, you're getting better at asking for what you want, you're getting better at manifesting, and you're getting better at moving through the changes and the challenges that are being brought to you, right? The devil of life, the devil of the self. You might be a person who doesn't like change, who fears change. We all have issues with change. A lot of us, some deal better than others, but it feels like they're also changing that in you, and you could as well. Whatever is being changed in you will be reflected and mirrored in your person. And that's how you know, right? Kanaz, whatever. They're changing you emotionally with the creativity and knowledge. So the knowledge of your creativity, the knowledge of, the knowledge of your fire. There's so much in here about fire and desire and passion and what these men are doing for you in that sense. It's very interesting. It just really feels like overall the majority of what they're changing all seems to link into the same thing. And it really is about your sacral and about your communication. How you communicate your creativity, how you communicate, and it doesn't have to be speaking, it's just how you put it out, how it shows up for you, how you blast that out into the world. They're healing that and transforming that. That's like a really big deal. So if you are on a path of awakening right now and you are learning that you have all these gifts, you are learning to move into your high priestess kind of mode, archetype, journey, you're blossoming into that. These men have really held you up when it comes to holding that energy and holding the space of what, like the heart space and the sacral space and the wisdom that, you know, a goddess and a high priestess would have, right? And in turn, you're healing them in the same way. It's beautiful. I wanted to do a shadow card as well. And then we're gonna finish it off with a Kali Ma. What can I get for the shadow? Should I do, Should I go back to this deck? What was the other one? I think that was it. Let's just do this one. I wanted to ask a couple of questions. Okay, I'm just gonna see what we go with, or what we get. So one of my questions was about the shadow. What are they doing for your shadow? Which is interesting because a lot of what's come out already is very sacral and very fire-based. 1010 is on the clock. What can you tell me how these men are changing the collective when it comes to their shadow? What are they doing for their shadow? Or what do they see in their shadow? How are they healing each other in their shadow? What are they changing? I got 2 here. Okay, so the first one I got was this. And I noticed that we are mirrored in this one. And the pool is dark. And then there's a golden light behind her head. So I find that very interesting. Kali Mahamaya. When a situation becomes unnecessarily complicated or confusing to your heart, Kali Mahamaya arises spontaneously as a protective barrier of universal truth. Ultimately, her revelations shall lead you beyond that which is deceptive or not right for you. This you are promised. She protects you from that which is unworthy of your heart and seeks to constrain your spirit. Okay, this is amazing. I love that this card came out. Your shadow is being protected by these suitors. Their shadow is also being protective. The way that you move forward, the way that you love yourself, the changes that you make. Every time you say no to something that you would have said yes to in the past, anytime you flip the script and, you take the high road kind of thing, this is propelling you both forward. And whatever is not meant for you, whatever is not in your best interest, whatever is not for your heart, whoever cannot come with you in the future is being removed. So it is changing your energy. It is changing your shadow. And these men are protecting you in the ethers, in the 5D. I love that because I have definitely been feeling that, like in a large way. The next one to come out is this one. Gorgeous. Gaia Kali. It is time to realize the true nature of certain life circumstances. That's funny because before I move forward, there was something about my throat chakra when I said Gaia. There's almost like a guttural feeling. It's time to release the true nature of certain life circumstances. Be grateful for what you have learned, but see things for what they are rather than what you wish them to be. You shall be able to recognize, process, and prosper from the truth, and do not need to fear the revelations that are unfolding. Yeah, so with all the change that's coming in, again, this is about perspective and about moving forward and knowing that things are coming in, but still unsure and not seeing it because there's a huge shift in a tower coming down right now. Again, if you haven't watched the reading that I did before this, the Falling in Love, I would suggest that you watch it because it seems to blend in with this reading as well. It's not super a love reading. There are other aspects in it. So yeah, take what pieces you like and leave the rest. So this really is about perspective and about the processing. The processing of the change that's going on, and learning to love yourself and stay grounded and spiritual throughout that. You're really heavily protected right now. These energies these male energies are really, They're supporting you and holding you and caressing you even. The universe and, you know, your guides on the other side, your angels, these love suitors, these connections are all really grounding you and holding you and caressing you and moving you through. That's so beautiful. I'm so warm right now. I'm like sweating. It's a really good uplifting type of read. I am going to leave it there because we're at 50. That's ridiculous. There's not even a lot of cards here because I was too busy talking, but I hope that you guys liked this reading. I enjoyed it. It was interesting. It was nice to delve into something that, you know, is surprising sometimes, right? That's the best thing about, in my opinion, being a card reader and about, you know, doing spiritual work and having spiritual gifts is one of the best things is, yes, you get to relate and to help other people, but the thing that gets me is when spirit just blows your mind, and how funny God actually is. So, yeah. If this resonated with you, please like it, give it a thumbs up, comment down below anything. If you like my readings, click that bell. You can ring my bell if you like. Sorry. Subscribe and join the garden where we like to play and we like to heal and we like to frolic and we like to cultivate and plant the seeds of our dreams for the life that we want, the way that we want it. Pat yourself on the back. You're doing great. You're moving forward. And until next time, peace. God bless.